Think the 70s were all about disco and bell-bottoms? Think again. This wild decade delivered some of the most gripping thrillers ever made. Films packed with shadowy political schemes, daring robberies, and edge-of-your-seat tension that still feels fresh today. Whether you're obsessed with complex plots, powerhouse acting, or twists and turns, you're gonna love this list. Stick around. By the end, you might even stumble upon a forgotten masterpiece that'll shoot straight to your all-time favorites. Oh, and if you dig these deep dives into cinematic gems, smash that like button, drop a comment telling us your favorite thriller, and hit subscribe. Every click helps us keep these videos rolling your way. Now, grab your popcorn. Let's kick off this countdown of 10 70s thrillers you need to watch. A gripping political thriller from France, I as in Icarus explores the chilling consequences of power, paranoia, and manipulation. Inspired by psychological experiments like the Milgram study, the film follows a relentless investigator unraveling the mystery behind a political assassination. As he pieces together the conspiracy, the truth becomes more terrifying than he could have imagined. With its cerebral approach and eerie realism, this underrated gem is a must-watch for fans of slow-burning, cerebral thrillers that make you question everything. Also bonus points for Ennio Morricone's soundtrack. Conspiracy theories have always fascinated filmmakers, and executive action is one of the earliest attempts to dramatize the idea that JFK's assassination was an inside job. Starring Burt Lancaster, this chilling thriller meticulously lays out a plausible and methodical version of events leading to the fateful day in Dallas. With its documentary-style execution and unsettling realism, this film dares to ask, what if the official story isn't true? If you love political thrillers that challenge conventional wisdom, this one is a must-see. Joe Don Baker stars in Framed, a gritty revenge thriller packed with tension, corruption, and hard-hitting action. After being set up by the mob and wrongfully imprisoned, a determined man sets out to clear his name and take down those who betrayed him. This film is filled with 1970s style grit, brutal fights, double crosses, and a protagonist who refuses to stay down. If you enjoy stories about one man against a corrupt system, Framed is an exhilarating ride. Burt Lancaster makes another appearance on our list in Twilight's Last Gleaming, a high-stakes thriller that combines political drama with nail-biting tension. The film follows a rogue U.S. Air Force general who hijacks a nuclear missile base, threatening to launch unless the government reveals a shocking Cold War secret. A taut, dialogue-driven thriller with powerhouse performances, this film is as nerve-wracking as they come. If you enjoy movies that blend political intrigue with real-time suspense, this is a must-watch. Before buddy cop films became a staple of the 80s, there was Busting, a hard-hitting and darkly humorous thriller starring Elliot Gould and Robert Blake as two detectives fighting a losing war against organized crime. Their relentless pursuit of justice leads them into a tangled web of corruption, with both cops and criminals playing by their own rules. With a mix of intense action and sardonic humor, this film is a precursor to the gritty police thrillers that would dominate Hollywood for years to come. What do you get when you mix Gene Hackman, Lee Marvin, and a Kansas meatpacking operation run by the mob? A relentlessly intense thriller called Prime Cut. This movie isn't just about crime, it's about survival. Hackman plays a ruthless villain who grinds up his enemies, literally, while Marvin is the hitman sent to take him down. The unsettling violence and bizarre setting make this a one-of-a-kind thriller that has to be seen to be believed. Before Burt Reynolds became the king of action comedies, he starred in White Lightning, a Southern fried revenge thriller that pits him against corrupt law enforcement. As a former moonshiner turned federal informant, Reynolds' character infiltrates the world of illegal liquor, running in search of justice for his murdered brother. Packed with exhilarating car chases and rebellious energy, this is one of Reynolds' most intense performances and a must-watch for fans of action-packed thrillers. Directed by Costa Gavras, The Confession is a harrowing political thriller based on real events. Starring Yves Montand, the film tells the true story of a Czechoslovakian government official who becomes the victim of a terrifying show trial. As he endures psychological and physical torture, the movie exposes the dark side of totalitarian regimes. This is not an easy watch, but it's one of the most powerful thrillers of the decade, guaranteed to leave a lasting impact. One of the greatest assassination thrillers ever made, Day of the Jackal follows a meticulous hitman hired to assassinate French President Charles de Gaulle. Played with eerie precision by Edward Fox, the Jackal is a ghost-like assassin whose every move is calculated down to the second. The film's procedural style and gripping cat-and-mouse tension make it an absolute showcase in creating suspense. If you haven't seen this one yet, you're in for an unforgettable experience. At the top of our list is The Getaway, a fast-paced, electrifying thriller directed by Sam Peckinpah and starring Steve McQueen and Ollie McGraw. This film is pure adrenaline, following a recently paroled criminal and his wife as they attempt a high-stakes bank robbery escape. With relentless tension, breathtaking action sequences, and McQueen's iconic coolness, The Getaway is the ultimate 1970s thriller. If you're looking for an exhilarating blend of heist, chase, and romance, this film is a must-see. And that's a wrap on our 70s thriller marathon. Did your top pick sneak in here? Or are we totally sleeping on your secret obsession? Spill the tea in the comments. Seriously, we geek out over your recommendations. If you're still craving that retro adrenaline rush, we've got whole playlists of vintage cinematic magic waiting for you. Before you go, tap that like button if any of these had you glued to the screen, smash subscribe for your regular dose of movie nostalgia, and ring that bell so you're first in line when we drop new videos. Thanks for hanging with us.